Look, let me tell you something about old coins. Most people see a quarter and think it's worth 25 cents, but some people, the smart ones, see a story. They see a piece of history, a work of art, and maybe, just maybe, a ticket to a big payday. Coin collecting in America isn't just a dusty hobby for your grandpa anymore. It's a serious business and a real investment. People get into it for the love of history, sure. Holding a coin that was around during the Civil War is a thrill you can't get from a stock certificate. But let's be honest, they're also in it for the money. The right coin can be a better investment than real estate or the stock market, especially when the economy gets a little shaky. So what's the big deal? Why would a piece of metal be worth thousands or even millions of dollars? It comes down to a few simple things: rarity, condition, and demand. Rarity is easy. They're not making any more 1804 silver dollars. What's out there is what's out there. Condition, or grade, is how well preserved the coin is. A beat-up, scratched coin is one thing, but a pristine, uncirculated one is a whole different ballgame. And demand, that's where the magic happens. Enough people have to want that coin for the price to go up. It's a market, just like any other, driven by what people are willing to pay. When you talk about investing, you hear a lot of fancy terms. But one of the most important is inflation hedge. Think about it. The cash in your wallet buys less and less every year. That's inflation. But a truly rare coin is a tangible asset. It's a real physical thing that holds its value, and often increases in value, because its supply is fixed. While paper money can be printed into oblivion, a 1909's VDB Lincoln cent is always going to be rare. This is why, during tough economic times, smart money often moves into things like gold, art, and you guessed it, rare coins. It's a way to protect your wealth when everything else feels uncertain. For a lot of folks, it starts as a hobby. You find an old wheat penny in your change, and it sparks your interest. You start looking through pocket change, going to coin shows, reading books. But then you realize that some of these coins have serious value. The hobby becomes a business. You start buying, selling, and trading, not just to complete a collection, but to turn a profit. It's a fascinating world where history, art, and commerce collide. It's a treasure hunt where the treasure is real, and if you know what you're doing, the rewards can be incredible. But you gotta know your stuff, because in this business, knowledge is everything. The story of coin collecting in America is as old as the country itself. Back in the 1790s, when the US Mint first started stamping out coins, people were already saving the new and interesting pieces. It wasn't a business yet, it was more about curiosity and patriotism. People would set aside the first coins of a new design, like the flowing hair dollars and cents. These early collectors were the pioneers. They didn't have fancy guidebooks or price charts. They just saved what they thought was special. Think about it, holding a coin that might have been in the pocket of Thomas Jefferson or George Washington. That's a powerful connection to the past. The hobby really started to get organized in the mid-1800s. The Mint Act of 1857 changed everything. It got rid of the big, heavy, large cents and introduced the smaller flying eagle cent. Suddenly people realized the old coins were disappearing from circulation forever. This created the first real speculative boom. People scrambled to hoard the old large cents, and the first coin dealers started setting up shop to meet the demand. This was the birth of the coin market as we know it. Books and catalogs started appearing, giving collectors a way to organize their collections and understand what was rare. It was no longer just about saving a few cool-looking coins. The 20th century brought even bigger changes. The Great Depression, ironically, was a boom time for coin collecting. People with a little extra cash saw coins as a safe place to put their money when the banks were failing. Then, after World War II, the hobby exploded. The famous 1950 Jefferson nickel, with its low mintage, got everyday people checking their change. Roll searching became a national pastime. This was also the era of the great investment boom of the 1970s and 80s, when prices for rare coins went through the roof. It was a wild time, and a lot of people made, and lost, a lot of money. Today the business is more professional than ever. The biggest revolution was the creation of third-party grading services like PCGS and NGC in the 1980s. Before that, grading was subjective. A dealer might call a coin uncirculated, while another called it almost uncirculated. It was the Wild West. These new companies created a standardized 70-point grading scale and sealed coins in tamper-proof plastic holders, or slabs. This took the guesswork out of it. An MS-65 Morgan dollar is an MS-65 Morgan dollar, no matter who is selling it. This standardization brought confidence and a ton of new money into the market, turning a hobby into a multi-billion-dollar industry. So, you want to get into the coin business? It's not as simple as just buying low and selling high, though that's the goal. The first step is getting your hands on the coins. Where do they come from? All over the place. Sometimes it's from the wild, old collections found in an attic or a safe deposit box. People inherit coins from a relative and have no idea what they're worth. They walk into a shop like mine, and that's where the journey begins. Other sources are more direct. We buy from other dealers, at major coin shows, and through auctions, which are a huge part of the business today, both online and in person. Once you have a coin, the next critical step is figuring out exactly what it is and what it's worth. This is where expertise comes in. Is it real? Has it been cleaned or altered? What's the grade? For a raw, uncertified coin, you have to have a good eye. But for any coin with significant value, the only way to go is professional grading. You send the coin to a service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate it, grade it on that 1 to 70 scale, and seal it in a slab with a serial number. This grade is the key to its market value. A 1-point difference in grade can mean the difference between hundreds and thousands of dollars. Now you have a graded coin. What's next? Selling it. You have a lot of options here. You can sell it directly to a collector if you have a customer base. You can sell it to another dealer, which is often the quickest way to get cash, though you might not get the highest price. You can put it up for sale on a website like eBay, but you're dealing with a huge, anonymous market. For high-end, truly rare coins, the best route is often a major auction house like Heritage or Stack's Bowers. They have the marketing muscle and the client list of serious, wealthy collectors to get you top dollar for your coin. The whole process is a cycle. You buy a raw collection, sort through it, and pull out the gems. You send the best pieces for grading. While they're away, you sell the less valuable coins to cover your costs. When the graded coins come back, you take them to a show, or put them in an auction to make your profit. Then you take that profit and reinvest it in the next collection that walks through the door. It's a constant flow of inventory and cash. It requires patience, a lot of knowledge, and a good bit of capital to get started. But if you manage it right, it's a very rewarding business to be in. Everyone who gets into coins dreams of finding that one piece that's worth a fortune. And you know what? It happens. The profit potential in rare coins can be staggering, but you have to understand it's not a lottery ticket. The big money is in coins that have a great story and extreme rarity. Take the 1933 St. Gaudens Double Eagle. Almost all of them were melted down and never issued. The few that survived are legendary. One of them sold for over $18 million. Someone bought it years ago for a fraction of that price. That's a home run. It's the kind of story that keeps people hunting for treasure. Another famous example is the 1804 draped bust silver dollar. They call it the king of American coins. Thing is, none were actually minted in 1804. They were struck decades later as special presentation pieces for diplomatic missions. Only 15 are known to exist. Whenever one of these comes up for auction, it sells for millions of dollars. The people who bought these coins 30 or 40 years ago paid what seemed like a lot of money at the time, but their investment has grown exponentially. These are extreme examples, but they show the high end of the market. They prove that physical objects can create incredible wealth. But let me be very clear, profits are never, ever guaranteed. For every story of a multi-million-dollar coin, there are 1,000 stories of people who bought the wrong coin at the wrong time. The coin market moves in cycles, just like stocks or real estate. Prices can go up for years, and then they can stagnate or even drop. If you buy at the peak of a market frenzy, you might have to wait a very long time to see a return on your investment. I've seen it happen many times. People get excited, overpay for common coins, and then get disappointed when they can't sell them for a profit a year later. The key is to understand what you're buying. Common date Morgan silver dollars in average condition are not going to make you rich. There are millions of them out there. The real profit is in key date coins, the rarest ones in a series, and in coins with exceptionally high grades. A common coin in a common grade is just a commodity. But that same common date coin in a super high, top of the population grade can be worth a fortune because of its rarity in that specific condition. That's where the knowledge comes in. You're not just buying a coin, you're buying rarity in a specific grade. That's the secret to making real money. If you think you're going to get into coin investing and it's all smooth sailing, you're in for a rude awakening. This business is full of risks, and if you don't know them, you're gonna get burned. The number one risk is a lack of knowledge. The coin market is incredibly complex. There are thousands of different coin types, dates, and mint marks. There are counterfeits, altered coins, and coins that have been improperly cleaned, which destroys their value. If you can't tell the difference between a genuine rarity and a clever fake, or if you overpay because you don't understand grading, you've lost your money before you've even left the shop. Education is your best defense. Another major risk is liquidity. That's a fancy word for how quickly you can sell something for cash. You can sell a share of Apple stock in about 2 seconds. Selling a rare coin can take time. If you need your money back tomorrow, you might have to sell to a dealer at a wholesale price, which could be 20 to 30% less than its retail value. To get the full market price, you often have to wait for the right buyer or consign the coin to a major auction, which can take months. So, you should never put money into rare coins that you might need in an emergency. This is long-term investment money, not your rent money. The market itself has its own risks. As I've said, it runs in cycles. Prices were on a huge run-up in the late 1980s, and then the market crashed. It took years for prices to recover. More recently, we've seen a huge boom, but nothing goes up forever. You have to be prepared for the market to cool off. If you have a long-term perspective, you can ride out these down cycles. But if you panic and sell at the bottom, you will lose money. You also have to remember that demand can change. What's hot today might be less popular in 10 years. You need to focus on coins with a long-established history of collector demand. Finally, there are the physical risks, storage and insurance. We're talking about small, portable, high-value items. That makes them a target for thieves. You can't just leave a 6-figure coin collection sitting in your desk drawer. You need a high-quality safe at home or, even better, a bank-safe deposit box. And you absolutely need to have them insured. A standard homeowner's policy will not cover the full value of a rare coin collection. You need a separate specialized policy, known as a floater, that specifically covers collectibles. Losing your investment to a fire, flood, or theft is a devastating and completely avoidable risk. If you want to move from being a casual collector to a serious investor, you have to think like a professional. Amateurs buy what they like. Professionals buy what the market wants, and they follow a clear strategy. The first rule is to focus on certified, high-quality coins. Stick with the major grading services, PCGS and NGC. A coin in one of their slabs is trusted throughout the industry. It makes the coin easy to trade and value. Avoid raw, uncertified coins unless you are an absolute expert in grading and authentication. Buying raw coins is like gambling. Buying certified coins is like investing. There's a big difference. A professional strategy focuses on true rarity, not artificial hype. What does that mean? It means buying coins that have always been rare and in demand, not the latest limited edition modern coin from the mint. Look for key date coins from classic US series like Morgan Dollars, Walking Liberty Halves, or Buffalo Nickels. These are the coins with the lowest mintages in their series, the ones that have been the hardest to find for 100 years. They have a built-in, multi-generational demand from collectors trying to complete their sets. This long-term demand provides a solid foundation for their value. Another pro tip is to buy the best quality you can afford. This is a classic rule in any collectibles market. It's better to own one amazing high-grade coin than 10 mediocre low-grade ones. Why? Because when the market gets strong, the finest known examples see the biggest price increases. Wealthy collectors compete fiercely for the best of the best. A coin that is in the top 10% of its kind in terms of condition will almost always outperform a coin in the bottom 50%. So, save your money and buy one great coin instead of spreading it thinly across a bunch of average material. Quality over quantity is the mantra. Finally, professionals diversify, but they also specialize. You don't have to collect everything. Pick an area that interests you, say 19th century gold coins or early American copper, and become an expert in it. Read every book, study every auction record, and learn the nuances of that specific series. This deep knowledge will allow you to spot opportunities that others miss. At the same time, don't put all your investment capital into one coin. Build a small portfolio of several high-quality key-date coins from your area of specialty. This spreads your risk while still allowing you to benefit from your focused expertise. That's how you build a real investment-grade collection. At the end of the day, a rare US coin is more than just an investment. It's a direct, physical link to American history. When you hold an 1881 cc Morgan dollar, you're holding silver that was pulled from the famous Comstock lode in Nevada, a piece of the Wild West. When you look at a 1793 chain cent with its raw and simple design, you're looking at a statement from a brand new nation trying to find its way. These coins tell the story of America, its triumphs, its struggles, its growth, and its identity. This cultural importance is a huge reason why they have such lasting value. They are historical artifacts you can own. This connection to history is also why coins make such incredible family heirlooms. Passing down a stock portfolio is one thing, but passing down a collection of coins that your great-grandfather put together is something else entirely. It's a legacy. Each coin has a story, not just of its time, but of how it came into the family. It's a way to connect generations. I see it all the time. People come in with collections their parents or grandparents gave them, and they want to learn the stories behind the coins. It's a powerful and tangible way to keep family history alive. This emotional value adds another layer of stability to the market. And yes, people from other countries can absolutely get in on this. The US rare coin market is global. It's seen as one of the most stable and transparent collectibles markets in the world, thanks to third-party grading. We have major buyers from Europe, Asia, and all over the world who see US rare coins as a safe haven for their money, especially when their local currencies are unstable. The history is American, but the appeal of a hard, tangible asset with a proven track record is universal. Auctions are held online, so anyone, anywhere, can bid on and own a piece of American history. So, to sum it all up, rare coin collecting in the US is a serious and respected field. It's a hobby for some, but for those who treat it as a business, it's a challenging and potentially lucrative investment. It blends a passion for history with sharp business sense. It's a market that rewards knowledge, patience, and a long-term vision. It provides a way to protect wealth against economic storms and to own real, tangible pieces of the American story. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a difficult, fascinating, and ultimately rewarding endeavor. It's a treasure hunt where the map is history, and the prize is a solid investment you can hold in your hand.